Racers dreaming. They won it by 4 in the end.
American Anthem has taken off. American Anthem easily in the Woody Stevens.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by WinStar Farm. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo, and Sunday's Spa Baby race kicks off the Pick 6. It's race number 5, and let's take a look at this field of 2-year-old fillies traveling 6 furlongs. We have a field of 8. WinStar, our sponsor, is represented by one of their regional stallions in Bellamy Road, who is the sire of the number 3 Fortune Street, 6-1 on Travis Stone's morning line. Let's begin, Nicole, down towards the rail with the number 1 Separation of Powers, and you have to respect these connections. Chad Brown, Jose Ortiz, Klarovich Stables, but I look at this pedigree and I think distance.
Oh, definitely. This is a very interesting race because I think there are a lot of fillies in here where, you know, only one of them is going to win this race on Sunday, and some very good fillies statistically here are going to run off the board, but a lot of them in this race I think you're going to want to put in your stable mail and watch going forward as they stretch out, as they try turf, as they progress in their careers, and that's certainly the case with the number 1 here, Separation of Powers. Candy Ride filly out of an Empire Maker mare. That's a terrific cross. Definitely going to want some more distance, I think.
Separation of Powers sold for $190,000 as a weanling. Candy Ride, the stallion, wins with 14% of his 2-year-old first-time starters. Some class on the bottom as well as distance. The dam a half to the stakes-winning router Fusicode, and the second dam was a nice one. Won 7 stakes races. Emerald Downs Hastings. Separation of Powers going to have to deal with that inside post position. I do wonder, however, if she's going to appreciate a little bit more ground. The number 2 is Party Club, and Wayne Lucas has already had a very fine Saratoga meet. He has won with the second-time starter, and I liked what we saw from Party Club in her career debut. Before we talk about that race, let's talk about her owners, Churchill Downs Racing Club.
Yeah, definitely. This has been a very popular venture started by Churchill Downs and since adopted by a couple of other tracks to bring some new owners into the game. They've already had some success with their horses like Warriors Club, who was stakes placed last fall for them. And these horses aren't necessarily selected at auction, you know, for a terrific pedigree where you're looking for a stallion prospect down the line. They're looking for a consistent, useful runner. So don't be, you know, turned off by Party Club's relatively low purchase price against some of the other horses in this field. Buy a very useful 2-year-old sire, and they would certainly love to get a winner at this meet. So I expect this horse to be primed for her second start here. As we said, her first start was very good, and she's coming off a bullet work at Saratoga.
Bred to sprint as well, a $22,000 yearling, Party Club. The dam won 5 sprints, and that dam is a full to a grade 2 placed sprinter. I liked everything about her career debut. She broke about a length slow, was steadied early, and then was just forced extremely wide on the turn, and she didn't give up. She rallied really well in the stretch to finish 3rd. She galloped out past the top 2, and she's worked a bullet since then. I think Mr. Lucas is going to have her ready for start number 2.
Yeah, definitely. You know, as we said, this race is kind of a little bit of a game of evaluating, you know, who is ready to fire versus who will be ready more down the road. And this is one of the horses where I definitely think she's going to bring an A game on Sunday.
The number 3 is Fortune Street by WinStar regional stallion Bellamy Road, who does well with his 2-year-olds in New York.
Yeah, definitely. He's among the top 2-year-old sires in New York, sitting right up there with Freud, who's the perennial leader in the state, Mission Impossible, who is last year's leading freshman. Bellamy Road fits right in there, has really found a niche in this regional market. I do wonder if this is another one that's going to appreciate some added ground down the road.
I agree with you. Big turf family on the bottom, but you have to respect the fact that Fortune Street sold for $15,000 as a weanling, $50,000 as a yearling, $135,000 as a March 2-year-old, and he ran okay, and she ran okay in her career debut, passing a few tired horses. But as you look at this family, dam 1 on turf, dam half to a stakes place turf, turfer, and then you go all the way back, and horses like Cozine, the great turf champion, and Admiral Kitten, and you have to wonder if Fortune Street will do better down the road with distance and a surface switch. The 4 Radiant Beauty exits the same race as the 3 Fortune Street. Radiant Beauty ran third that day for Rudy Rodriguez, a $260,000 March 2-year-old purchase by a very well-regarded freshman stallion and Kentucky Derby winner Orb.
Yeah, Orb has been a horse that a lot of noted bloodstock professionals have really been high on his 2-year-olds this year. They were a little cooler in the yearling market last year, but it seems like everybody is trying to buy these Orbs at these 2-year-old auctions this year. They've really developed. They've really matured. He's already got a handful of very well-regarded 2-year-old winners out there, including one at Saratoga this meet, and this one from a decent female family as well.
Dam was a really versatile runner. She won stakes on both turf and dirt. The 4th Dam champion North Sider. Radiant Beauty was a $95,000 buyback as a yearling, sold way up, $260,000 as a March 2-year-old. I thought she was really green in her debut. She was tracking the pace on the outside. She was on her right lead a long way out on the turn, and Rudy Rodriguez is putting blinkers on. This horse could show a lot more focus, and I wouldn't be surprised if she shows better speed with the blinkers. An intriguing contender is the 4 Radiant Beauty. The number 5 is We Are Family. This one is by Into Mischief. She sold for $270,000 as a yearling, and this is the family of the great Serena Song.
Yeah, terrific family here, aptly named Philly. She's out of an unraced Tis Now mare who's already the dam of a juvenile stakes winner in Protective Shield and another stakes-placed runner. That second dam, Serena's sister, a multiple stakes-producing foal to Serena's Song, who was not only a champion on the track, she's gone on to be a very, very productive broodmare. It seems like everything from this family runs, and being by leading juvenile sire Into Mischief, it sure wouldn't surprise me if this one did as well.
She's a half-sister to a multiple stakes-winning 2-year-old. Protective Shield won her career debut. Into Mischief clicks with 13% of 2-year-old first-time starters. Lot of turf, lot of class in the family. I'm going to give this one a race. A couple of her workmates, I've been looking at some of the workouts. They've debuted for Michelle Nevin. They haven't run very well. I'm curious to see if maybe We Are Family needs a starter too. The number 6 is Dancing, a $425,000 2-year-old purchase. And I looked at this pedigree and I was a little bit puzzled. The Bernardini's not really known for turf success. There's a ton of turf on the bottom of this pedigree. I'm not sure what we're going to get from Dancing down the road.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a very good point, that this is an interesting mix of a pedigree here. Bernardini did have a Group 1 winner in Italy in his first crop, but really has been more of a dirt sire over here in North America. The unraced King Mambo mare that Dancing is out of is the dam of Grade 3 winner Dancing Solo. Dancing Along is a half to the millionaire Grade 1 winner and stakes producer Voodoo Dancer, very nice turf mare. Dancing has run on the main track before, showed speed in her Churchill debut before checking in third behind Snowfire. That one came back to run fourth in the Schuylerville opening day. So this one clearly can run on dirt a little bit, but I'm kind of wondering what she is going to do down the line.
Sold for a lot of money earlier this year for $425,000. You mentioned that speed that should put her in good stead in this spot. The number 7 is Memorial Drive, and we don't have enough time on the show to talk about all the good horses out of this family.
Oh my gosh, I know. This is another one where it just seems like everything from this family runs on both sides. Memorial Drive from one of the final crops by Smart Strike, and those horses just ran on everything, did everything. Of course, he's known for his classic type performers like Curlin, but he is the sire of a lot of speed horses, including the very good sprinter Fabulous Strike. This one, Memorial Drive, I mean, she's from the family of Grade 1 winners like Mine Shaft, Run Up the Colors, Prospector's Delight, Tommy Sue's Delight. We could just go on and on, Dan.
Dam won sprinting, but as you mentioned, class and distance in this pedigree. The Dam's also a half to Revolutionary, who I believe won the Louisiana Derby. The second Dam won the Grade 1 Alabama at Saratoga. Nice pedigree for the 7 Memorial Drive. Again, I prefer the Asmussen second-time starters, but you can't argue with this pedigree. The number 8 is Scary Not Scared by Malibu Moon, a $350,000 yearling going out for a trainer that can pop with a first-time starter.
Yeah, Horatio DePaz and Sagamore Farm, they've already got a nice 2-year-old winner this meet, and I'm sure that this one is sitting on go as well for the debut. First foal out of a stakes-winning elusive quality mare, that definitely adds some speed to the pedigree, even though there's a little bit of that, long-windedness and turf ability further back in the female family.
Yeah, I do see a lot of distance a little bit further back. The second dam was a stakes winner on turf. This is the family of Guided Tour, won the Stephen Foster. The dam was a stakes winner going long. Scary, not scared, though. You have to respect anything this barn sends out. It's really a fun race, the fifth race, to kick off the Pick Six at Saratoga on Sunday. Where are you headed?
Gosh, as we've said, I think that this race comes down to how you're evaluating the horses versus who is ready to fire first time out of the gate or second time out of the gate, as the case may be, and which of these horses will need more experience under their belts, need to get their feet wet, be worth watching down the road. I think Party Club, who we've talked about coming off that good race at Ellis where she was so wide, and Scary Not Scared coming in for another outfit that's going to be ready to fire early. I think those two are going to run terrific races on Sunday. Might offer a little bit of value, but really, I think the horse to watch out of this race might wind up being Memorial Drive. Again, it seems like everything from that family runs, probably will benefit from a start or two under her belt, probably wants more distance. So that's sort of what I'm playing on Sunday versus where I'm looking down the line with these young horses. What do you think?
I agree. I'm going to go with the 2 Party Club. I want to bet her off that debut and the subsequent Bullet workout. I'm going to use her and the number 4 Radiant Beauty, who ran a solid race first time out for Rudy Rodriguez. And I like that he's putting blinkers on this Daughter of Orb. Race number 5 at Saratoga, your Sunday Spa Baby event, has an approximate post time of 3:15 Eastern. Nicole and I will be back next week for more Spa Babies presented by WinStar Farm.